Do your neighbors have that perfectly groomed lawn? Do you ever wonder how they keep it so consistent and nice without spying on them? By performing the correct preparation and mowing with the proper techniques, you'll be able to mow like the best neighbor on your street. I have personally been taking care of lawns for about 5 years now, and I have figured out some of the essential do's and don'ts to save you a ton of time and expedite some potential problems. I feel completely confident sharing with you the techniques I have learned over the past few years. Now that you know a little bit about my experiences, try not to feel intimidated by the size of the lawns or the commercial equipment. The techniques will remain the same and are applicable for all size lawns. The three major points that I'd like to touch base on today are safety and precaution, mowing techniques, and detailing and cleaning up. The first point I'd like to say is about safety and preparation. I say this is the first thing because it's the most important. Some of these personal protection equipment tips that I've gotten were from the Outdoor Power Equipment Institute. The number one thing is to have a pair of headphones that'll ensure that you have your hearing long term and short term, because the power equipment as well as the mowers are very loud. The second is you want to have a pair of steel-toed boots or at least a pair of leather shoes protecting your foot from any metal or any other dangerous things that could potentially you could step on, or God forbid you get ran over. The third thing is always have a pair of gloves on in case you accidentally touch up against the mower blades. They are meant to cut. In case you have to pick anything up in the lawn that could potentially be sharp, you're going to want to have a pair of gloves on. Now that we've discussed some of the basic safety precautions, we can finally start mowing. Normally, the correct and most healthy length that you want to get your lawn down to is 3.5 inches. This will make sure that your lawn stays green and it stays healthy. You only really want to take 1/3 of a grass blade at a time. As you can see, this lawn is mowed at 3.5, this one at 1.5. You can see the difference in colors there. Another technique that we want to use while mowing is the white here is the way you're facing, you're going that way because the grass is actually being laid down and creating that white line. This here is the darker line. That's the way the sun is creating a shadow on those grass blades, creating that dark line there. Now that we've looked at some of the techniques, we'd like to see how we can detail this lawn out and make it look to its full potential. We want to make sure that we hit any electrical boxes, any signs, any lawn ornaments, or anything, fence posts, or anything that has a backdrop that's going to make the lawn stand out and look long. Because if anything is leaned up against it, it's a lot easier to see than if it's just in the middle of the lawn. So we'd like to do that with weed whips and blowers. Some of the best brands in the industry are Stihl. Stihl blowers are the most powerful and they do the best job. As you can see, these clippings here on the sidewalk, we're going to make sure we're going to get those off the sidewalk so they don't turn yellow and brown up and make the curb appeal look bad. We can also use the blowers in the inside of the lawn or potentially in ornamental beds or things like that we'd like the grass clippings to be out of. We touched down on the weed whipping. It's very important to go around in detail. Don't try to be Superman on the mower, and get close to your house or anything like that. That's what they make this machine for. I really hope you enjoyed my informative speech on how to mow the lawn correctly. I wish you success in your future mowing experiences. And at the end of the day, I just want to say that it's very important to take your time using any size equipment and make sure you have the proper safety and use the proper techniques that I've touched base on today. I'd like to thank the Residential Lawn Care Services tender documents, as they are a very, very reliable source for most of this information. Thank you.